So I need to tell you about my friend Derek. Derek is, and I say this with love, the most confident person I've ever met. Not confidence like I believe in myself confidence. I mean delusional confidence, the kind where he'll walk into a room, make eye contact with absolutely nobody, and still somehow convince himself he's the main character. And one day, Derek discovered something that would change his life forever, but not in the way he hoped. He discovered leverage. Now, if you don't know what leverage is, get comfortable, because this story is about to become our entire financial education. It was 2021. The stock market was on fire. I mean, a golden retriever could have thrown darts at a list of stocks and made money. Remember when everyone on TikTok became a day trader? Yeah, Derek became TikTok famous in his own head. One Sunday, because apparently this is when the worst financial decisions happen, Derek was scrolling through his brokerage app, and he noticed something beautiful, something magical, something that would destroy him. An options contract on GameStop stock. Now, options are like, okay, imagine you see a sandwich at a restaurant. You don't want to buy the whole sandwich right now, but you want the right to buy it later at today's price. So you pay a small fee for that right, maybe $5 to lock in a $15 sandwich price. That's basically an option. You're betting that the sandwich will be worth more later. Derek looked at this GameStop option. It cost maybe $200. The potential payout, if the stock moved the right direction, $15,000. So Derek thought, I can turn $200 into $15,000? That's not gambling, that's just math. It was not just math. But here's where Derek's brain broke, and here's where I want you to really understand what was happening in his head. Because Derek didn't have $15,000 sitting around, he had $200. But his brokerage app, bless these companies for their generosity, offered him something called margin. Margin is basically your broker saying, hey, I believe in you so much that I'm going to lend you money to make more bets with. It's like your bank saying, you know what, you don't have enough money, so we're going to give you some of ours to gamble with. What could go wrong? Everything. Everything could go wrong. Derek clicked a button and suddenly had $5,000 to trade with. Not his $5,000, borrowed $5,000. He didn't celebrate, he didn't call me, he didn't even blink. He put that entire $5,000 into options on GameStop, all of it. Now, Derek wasn't stupid about this. He had a plan. He was going to hold for 2 weeks. GameStop was going to pop, he was going to make $50,000, he was going to pay back the broker, he was going to buy a new car, his life was going to change. Except the stock didn't pop. It crashed. Derek's $5,000 turned into $3,000 overnight, then $1,000. Then, and this is the thing nobody tells you about options, they expire. His bet had an expiration date, like milk, but more financially devastating. On expiration day, his options were worth $47. $47. He'd turned $5,000 into $47. But here's the thing that really messed him up. He still owed the brokerage firm the money he'd borrowed. So not only did he lose his $200, he now owed the broker about $4,800. Derek called me at 2 a.m. And I mean, he actually called. Not texted, called. That's when you know someone's life has changed. I need to talk to you about something, he said. And I knew. Nobody calls at 2 a.m. to talk about their new hobby. When he explained what happened, I had to sit down. Not because I was shocked, I was absolutely shocked, but because I realized something huge. Derek had just taught me the most important lesson about how the financial system actually works, and it's not what we think it is. See, everyone thinks the stock market is about picking good companies, about research and fundamentals and being smart. It's not. Not really.
The stock market, especially the options market, is built on something way simpler. Other people being more confident than they should be. And the financial system basically says, you know what would be fun? Let's make it as easy as possible for them to bet money they don't even have. That's leverage. The financial industry didn't invent leverage because it helps regular people. They invented it because it helps them. When you trade with borrowed money, your broker makes money either way. You win, they take their commission. You lose, they take your collateral and their commission. It's beautiful, really. Disgusting, but beautiful. Derek didn't know he was part of a system that's been running this same game for centuries. In 2008, millions of people thought real estate only went up, so banks leveraged them to the moon, gave people mortgages for houses they couldn't afford. Those people made bets with borrowed money, and when those bets went wrong, well, the economy caught fire. Derek was just running a smaller, personal version of what crashed the world economy. Now, here's where I tell you Derek learned his lesson and never gambled again. Nope. Derek learned his lesson for about 3 weeks. Then he found cryptocurrency. But that's a different story. The point is, Derek made a bet with money he didn't have on something he didn't understand, using a system specifically designed to make him feel confident enough to do exactly that. Was he an idiot? Yes, but he was also just normal. Like he was doing exactly what the financial system encourages millions of people to do every single day. Invest. Don't miss out. Leverage your future. The market always goes up until it doesn't. The financial insight here isn't don't use options or don't use leverage. It's deeper. It's that the financial system is designed to make complex bets seem simple, to make borrowed money feel like free money, to make confidence feel like knowledge. And as long as you remember that, as long as you remember Derek calling me at 2 a.m., you'll be ahead of most people. Derek's still doing fine, by the way. He's learned to be skeptical. He pays back his debts, and every time he's tempted to make a bet with borrowed money, he remembers that feeling, that moment when his $5,000 became $47. Don't be Derek. Or actually, be Derek exactly once, learn the lesson, then stop. Thanks for watching. If you liked this, please like and subscribe because apparently that's how the algorithm works now, and hit the notification bell if you want to hear more stories about people making terrible financial decisions so you don't have to.